And we're back and moving into our second conversation for this morning. And we're going to be getting all the details about a new project called Tech Time for Read Book Project. We have with us on set Patricia Coy, who is the one of the project organizers in the middle, Kaylee Whitty, and Zaria Obi. Good morning and welcome.
Thank you.
All right, girls. So this is very interesting, and I see some great books in front of you as well.
Yeah.
But before we find out about how people can get their free books, let's just find out a bit more about you guys. Where are you from, and what group are you with that created this project?
So we're from Belmopan.
Yes.
And we're from the Junior Youth Spiritual Empowerment Program. And it's a global program, so it's a worldwide program. It's a Baha'i-inspired program. And it's a program that helps to see young people as service-oriented leaders. And, you know, it gives you tools to help you navigate throughout your life.
Yeah.
And so within our group, we have 3 groups in Belmopan under this program. And there are the Peacemakers, the Spiritual Soldiers, and the Service League. And together we come together and find service project that we could do together.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Now, what made you guys interested in being a part of this spiritual empowerment group? Zaria?
Oh, sorry.
Zaria. Yeah, sorry.
Well, I started out going with my friend, and it was a very warm environment, and where you can express yourself and you can present your ideas, and everything is seen and registered, and so we get to do different projects and we work together, and it's a very bonding experience.
Yeah.
For me, I've been in this group since Standard 5. And so we've been together for about 5 to 6 years, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah, the Peacemakers part of it, we just finished high school, most of us together. And so we're moving on to a different part of our lives. But in Standard 5, I saw, them presenting it to us in school, and I was like, this is interesting. And it was something I wanted to do, an environment I wanted to be a part of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as graduate from the program, what the girls said, it's an environment that, you can express yourself, you can voice your opinions, people support you genuinely, and they love you for who you are. So that's something that I really like about the program. And within the program, we have a series of different books that, teaches about spirituality, justice, and equality of men and women, so
Now, what I find interesting is, as a young person, sometimes there's so many different competing interests that you may have. Want to hang out with your friends, you got schoolwork, maybe you play sports, and the amount of time we invest in social media. What have you found to be the sticking point that makes you go to a meeting and stay around and give your time to this group versus anything else?
I think the people, because as I said, the environment is so friendly, and everyone is just so nice to each other, and so we have this special bond. So it's yay, it's Friday, it's time to go to the meeting. And so we all just go, and we have a great time, and we hang out, and we come up with different projects. We do the books, as Patricia had mentioned.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And Kaylee, you said you just graduated from high school?
Yes,
Okay.
I did.
How did this group help you to navigate through those wonderful 4 years of being in high school?
Well, at this age, there's not a lot of there's youth groups and church groups and stuff like that, but there's not something for kids, between that age in development of life to help them see themselves as agents of change, and as, to know that they have that power, and they could take the initiative to do certain things, to do service in their community, and to make that impact not only on other people but on yourself growing up. And I just saw many versions of different people, and us together, growing, and the support that they had I just love that.
Yeah.
And it helped me.
Yeah, and it's an interfaith group, so it's really cool to see, you know, people from different backgrounds and religion backgrounds to come together and, you know, to move forward and to help make a difference. And that's a Baha'i principle that all religions come from God. So it's like really cool to see like everyone kind of, you know, talking about like what they believe in, and we all agree.
Without bickering.
Yeah.
Teach the adults a lot.
Yeah.
And what about personal benefits? You know, one of the things about volunteering, I've always told people, you know, you think you're helping other people, but really you help yourself so much more.
Yeah.
What have been the personal benefits for you?
For sorry,
Go ahead.
for like service, like it's a twofold moral purpose. So you're not only helping the community, but you're helping yourself. So like it's a win-win for everyone, and like you develop so many skills that you will use in the future in your jobs at school, and like responsibility is a big one. So like that's like really cool.
And what kind of, maybe you could tell us what types of projects you guys have been involved in, and perhaps maybe there's one that you've done in the past that has had like a real big impact on you. Each of you can go whenever.
Well, we've done like growing up, you know, when we were younger, we've done like cleanup projects, you know, highway cleanups. We partner with Oceana. We did like a whole thing to count the trash that we found. Yeah, we've cleaned school libraries and stuff, and then as we grew older, we started taking upon bigger responsibilities. So we painted the children's ward at Western Regional Hospital, and then we have this book project. We also renovated the Mopan Library. Is there anything I'm missing?
Yeah, we have Red Cross food drive. We have some post hurricane cleanups, and so with the service projects that we do, we try to, like with the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals, most of our projects fall under like at least one of them. So it's, so like with the we're trying to fight the plastic, the single-use plastic. So it's like stuff like that. We have different creative projects.
Is there any one project that you were involved in that really just touched you?
I think this project so far has been like the biggest one, because we've had it, we started last year, and we've done so many things with the project since. So I feel like this has really impacted me, and I've also been much more involved with the planning and the preparations and everything. So I feel like it's really benefited me to be more responsible, more on time, more, you know, I have to be trustworthy and work well with others.
So where did the concept for Tech Time for Read come from?
Well,
Okay, you can go ahead.
So it started out as we received like a bunch of books, and we were wondering, what can we do with this? And you know, we were bouncing that ideas off of each other at a youth meeting, and one of the youth group members, she was like, what if we have a book festival? And we were like, whoa. It blew our minds, and then we just started adding stuff onto it, and it became this whole thing from just a speck of an idea. And we thought about, you know, just giving the books to schools or libraries or something, but that didn't make much of an impact as we wanted. So we looked at, it's not, you know, about the literacy rate being low, but it's just the access to the books and making it like a fun thing, reading.
And how many of you read books?
I love reading.
A lot.
Okay, because that was my question. I mean, you're young people, and I love turning the pages of a book, but I recognize that even people my age don't like paper books anymore. They want to, you know, swipe on their Kindle or their phone. So what made you think that you can get people engaged, especially young people?
Well, we were just we wanted to get it to be a fun thing. Like the main idea is that reading is fun, and with fun books like the ones we have, it could be like anyone can enjoy it, which is the main purpose of the festival, because we make it like we have games, we have activities, so we make it very fun for everyone to interact. and then you can go and you can choose your books, and you take your books home and you can read them. We also have like exchanges, so you could come and bring in the next book and exchange and read a whole new book. And so the main purpose is just to make it fun.
And have like a fun books available. So like for instance, this is like one. So like this is really cool because
who doesn't like Ripley's, right?
Right? And like, oh my gosh, if you see the cover, you were like, oh, it's so cool. And like that's like when we're organizing for the upcoming festival, we're getting thousands of books, so we get to see them, and sometimes we have to remind each other, guys, we have to keep working because it's so cool, and everyone's like flipping through the book like, oh, this is cool, or did you know this, did you know that, like it's
So the concept for the festival is not just about giving away free books.
No, it's just for people. It's to give books, to make them accessible, but it's for people to enjoy reading, not just go and pick up a free book and then go sell it somewhere else. Make it fun and interactive, and for them to have a love for reading.
So I'd love to hear your innovative ideas as to how you'll make a book festival fun and engaging for everyone.
Well, it's an active environment. So we have that interactive kind of thing. There's books, games about reading, activities about reading. So we have Letter Leap, for example. You have the alphabet.
Books.
The alphabet on the floor, and then the child gets a word, and they have to hop to each letter to spell it. And so it's interactive. It's fun. We have musical books, Bounce a Word. So we try to involve different aspects like music, sports, and to get the mind, around the idea.
And are you all focusing on maybe a particular age range for these like activities and these books?
So we have books for ages 0 to 18, and we have a lot of books for the age of 10 plus, right?
10
plus.
From 10
so we have like
to 15.
over 1,000 books between the age of 10 to 15.
Which is like a very crucial time, because that's when you're developing, like your brain is fully developing from childhood to teenager. So like reading really helps with that, because it has so many beneficial aspects to it. Like it helps your cognition, it helps with your way of thinking, it helps with your problem solving, your creativity, your imagination. And then if you're going through something, you can always go to a book and you can read, and it's a very lovely thing.
And what was it like organizing this festival? I mean, it sounds like a really big project for you guys.
The first time we started in May, we came up with the idea around May, and we had the festival in August last year. So we had like 3 months, and we had to prepare, and we didn't want it to just be like, you go in and you see books and you play games, but we wanted to make it very interactive and creative, and have like the whole visuals and everything, and we had to create like big structures. We had like
You wanted it to be visually appealing.
And like for when we're planning, it takes like hours, because our group is so diverse, and sometimes we don't agree, but we have to agree. So like unity is like the important virtue in deciding what we want to do. And so sometimes it's 1 hour, sometimes it's 3 hours, like
and then the hours we spend sorting the books by categories, by age,
and pricing them.
So where'd you get the books from?
From different organizations from the U.S. Mostly, we've partnered with Elizabeth's Books Across Borders. They've sent in plenty of books. We have another youth group, because the youth groups are a global organization. So we have one in Virginia who helped with book drives. They sent in books. We also get from different Baha'i communities, different churches. We get from Scouts, the Belize Jungle Dome. Caves Branch. We get a lot of sponsorship from them. They're our number one financial sponsor.
Nice.
Thank you, Mr. Ian.
And from June last year to now, the project has brought in over 11,000 books into Belize.
Whoa.
So
that's a lot of books.
We've done like smaller projects, you know, to build up the audience and also to distribute books. So it's not only in Belmopan that we wanted to reach, because it's in homes that, you know, they don't really get that access to books. Yeah. So we've had smaller projects such as we had the
book festival, like a mini book festival in St. Bite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've sent some books down south to Sartaneja.
We've had the Belmopan Library Open Day. We had a books on the block there. So that was a mini thing, and it was like sales of books and stuff like that. We've partnered with the library, and so we did a lot of activities with them. And it's not only there, but we distributed books as well to different schools, to different people, organizations that asked for books. So we gave them books.
So which books are free and which books are you charging for? Because I hear you say free books, but then you also said that you were pricing some books.
Well, the pricing, but by that we mean like this here we have like this. It says 3, which means it's worth 3 ticket. Well, we have a ticketing system now, so it's like you have a card and you go around and at the different booths they punch your card. And so it's like, we call it, what do we call it? Book bills.
Book bills.
So like you get like each whole punch is one. And so if you have 3 punches, you can get this book. You can have up to, I think, 9. You could get extra if you want. Yeah. And so you could buy like 3 books for $3 with the cards. Also, then we have special books, like really, this isn't, we have like these books that are just really nice. Like if you look at like, well,
they're pop-ups,
and it's like just really pretty. And so like these are special, so we have these for like a bit more, like $10. This would be like what, $10?
Yeah.
So you have certain books, like the big Harry Potter books. You know. So we have different kinds of books.
So it's not really charging, it's just making sure people engage in the activities that you have ongoing to be able to redeem the books. And you have a character competition.
Oh,
Tell me, there'll be a lot of Harry Potters running around on that day.
Well, we have different costumes. We started the idea last year that you can come dressed up as any book characters you'd like, because we thought that would be fun and, you know, interactive, and people could just dress up and be who they want to be. So we just thought that would be a nice idea.
Yeah, and they would get they will get a prize, like a little prize for, you know, being brave or coming out in your costume. So
okay. So when does the event take place?
On August 17th, it will be at the Belmopan Civic Center from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And we have teachers can come in and they can register. They can go to our Facebook page, Tech Time for Read, or you could find it with Belize Reads.
The hashtag Belize Reads.
And they can pre-register there, because we have different things for the teachers, like books and collections they can get for their classrooms and stuff like that.
We have a teacher's resource table, so that will be accessible to all the teachers that registered, and they have different books about grammar, phonics, and stuff like that to help them in their classrooms, and also stuff for Dear Time. We have the special book sales, like we said, the activities, and I think we're doing like a
book exchange. We're having like a book exchange. So if you have books that are in good condition, you can bring it in to trade it, and then you get like more tickets to get more books.
Does it have to be children's books?
Yes, it has to be children's book.
The books we're having are between the ages from 0 to 18. So it's that range. We're kind of reaching out to the young people, for young people, you know.
And what's the response been so far based on the projects that you've done? Have you found that, like, you know, young people are still really enthusiastic about reading and about, you know, participating in events like this?
Yeah, well, we find when we first started, people were like, "Whoa, this is cool!" Because like I had a friend, she came and she was like, "You're a part of this. This is so cool." I came and I just expected to see books, but this is so pretty and this is so cool.
Oh wow!
And so like I see a whole lot of response, and people. The more we do projects, the more people come in tuned with it, and they're like, "Oh, this is really good and this is really cool." So
And it's really cool that, you know, you're getting support from the people, and, you know, people are excited about it, and, you know, that makes you like, yeah, I want to continue doing, you know, good for our community. And
it's just, and I, so far I've been a part of the, I've been at registration, so as you come in you have to register and you get your ticket and stuff like that. And just the reactions you see, so I'm like, I will have to mark your finger, but this is a special mark, okay? And the children are like, oh my goodness, I'm special mommy. And I'm just like, oh my God. It's so cool to see their faces and to see their response, and you get kind of emotional because it's impacted you in that way.
Yeah. Now, let me just ask one final question for me. I think it's so important that we do develop a culture of reading, and many will argue that less and less people are reading, adults and children. Talk to me about why you choose to maintain this habit. What about it do you love so much, and why do you think that if the little ones start early, it'll be helpful to them to be active readers, or recreational readers, I should say?
Well, reading has like so many benefits. It's very good for the mind and a child growing up. And we found like a lot of people, they read, but they don't read for reading's sake. Like they just read because they have to read, like
for school.
At school. And so we wanted to make that fun because we found that reading has a direct correlation with your success in school. So if you have more books and you read more, you are more likely to progress in school, get better grades. You do a whole lot better. You have, your imagination is better because like in books, you know, you have the plot line, you have a conclusion and how they resolve the whole problem in the book. So it's like, it gives you different ways of how you can get through life, because a lot of the books are related to different things, especially children's books. Like you learn, like Diary of a Wimpy Kid, it teaches you how to, like how he went through school and things. So, you know, like it helps you with, like you can relate to that. And it helps with your creativity, how to make different, you know, how to come up with different ideas. Like a lot of the things we come up with, we're like, oh, books are like this, so we like, and we're like,
All right. Anybody else have something to share?
As a young person as well, you know, this has impacted, this will be, you know, it builds our character, and it will help us as we grow older and we find jobs and stuff like that. And we have to come up with ideas, we have to find out how to deal with certain things. And it's kind of a business perspective as well, because we have to have our budget and how we distribute our money and stuff like that. And so we learn a lot from it, and it helps to build like our comprehension and our skills that we just use as young people.
All right, so all roads lead to Belmopan on August 17th for not just free disbursement of books, but for a book festival that sounds like it's going to be a whole lot of fun. All right, and as you said, you are on Facebook, so people can contact you there, especially if the teachers want to register.
Yes.
All right, well, ladies, thank you for coming in and telling us all about this project, and best of luck.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
We're going to go ahead and take a break now, and when we come back, we'll be talking to representatives of the Department of Youth Services. So please stay tuned.